Let's get started. Let's get started. Let's get started. Let's get started. Good afternoon, people. We is here.
We's here. All kind of news out there, boy. It's just crazy stuff. Crazy stuff, Ed.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say, man. I
It's
really
too
don't.
much.
I don't know what to say.
There's so much stuff that's going on that it's almost like we're not even living in America. You know,
Yep.
we got a 47 that's releasing the criminals, and then at the same time trying to stop the criminals, killing the criminals. Supposed to be criminals anyway. Allegedly, they're supposed to be bringing drugs to America, even though they're about 300, 400, 500 miles away from, maybe longer than that, further than that, from America. But, you know, I was just thinking, and I'm sort of kind of reminiscing. I was listening to this blues song today. When did I get old?
Ah.
He was playing that guitar and blowing
Oh.
that harmonica, boy, and singing. When did I get old? I looked in the mirror. When did I get old? And we was talking on, I think it was last show or show before last, we was talking about, we've been through a whole lot. But the thing is that, uh, and I look at it, man, I say, we didn't live a good life. We didn't go through all of that, a whole lot of that segregation shit, Jim Crow laws and all that stuff. And now, I'm listening to people and seeing what's happening here. I heard somebody say 47 trying to make America white again. Well, America has never been white. America's never been white, y'all. Those are the pictures. Those pictures they show you in the museums, and all the founding fathers all by themselves. You know, they didn't paint the black folks that was with them, and the Indians that and stuff was serving them, and all that. The Native Americans. They was all around there, and they were serving them and probably assisting them drafting up shit because they was just that smart. You know, they can make like they was doing all it. I mean, just think of the shit that they doing now. Think of this, Ed, how they effing up right now. All kind of stuff. They just effing up. And they in control, total control, and trying to eliminate all kind of other people. Because they don't have the other people with them, what I'm talking about is POCs. This is why everything is all messed up right now. Because they want to make it white again. Well, at least they think or assume that America was white again. Their granddaddies and great granddaddies didn't tell them, we couldn't have made without Jim over there. If it weren't for Mary, you would have died. She couldn't drink her mama's milk. If it wasn't for little Tim over there, he saved you from this and that. See, they don't tell the full stories of all the things that we have done and assist and built. All they see is all those little glamour pictures. They with their little skimpy pants and their little flowery shirts and their little hair done and all that stuff. Those are the pictures and the images that they want y'all to see to think that they did it. They didn't lift a damn finger how any of them. they used slaves, enslaved people, servant people. So, to try to sit here and say they want to make America white again, I'm sorry. I mean, they always have been in control of this damn country because they took it violently. The few black people was here before they got here, and the few, who knows how many Native Americans was here. Asiatic people were here. So, and they was all living amongst themselves, and they had their own tribes, and I'm sure they was warring against each other too. But the bottom line is that we have lived a good life, Ed, because of our forefathers, them doing all the work. We did some work. The only thing, we try to keep a good image up and a good facade, that, to our children, and try to get our education to be an example and that kind of stuff, Ed. But we have lived a good life, bro. I mean, a good life. You know, I mean, just all kind of stuff we've done. We've traveled all over the world. I mean, we've traveled all over the country, different parts of the country through our lives. I mean, I one time I took me and my family. We went across. We went from California to Illinois, bro. Drove and stopped at damn near every state that we could. I done drove back and forth to California 2, 3 times. So I'm saying we have lived a good life. I want my children and children's children to do the same thing. And these people cannot adapt to the real American way, what everybody was what they was trying to get to. Democracy, law, and order. When you show favoritism and you letting all these criminals go and giving them breaks and pardons and giving them half sentences when they commit heinous crimes, and you got pedophiles running around here, and you playing the game. So now, the sin has found you out. Your sin has found you out. And I'm going to tell you, there is a God, whether you believe it or not, and there is a devil. And God do not like evil. He hates evil and he hates wickedness. That's all I got to say about
that. Oh, man. Jobs report came out today, I guess. And man,
He
numbers
going
don't
right
look
back to
very
what he
good.
did the first time he was president.
Don't look very good. But we got some good news. The White House says that the jobs news, the bad jobs report, is because the Democrats did it. the Democrats, the Democrats is responsible for the job report for being them numbers being bad because they had to shut down. So the Democrat did it.
Oh, I thought he bought 17, 18 trillion dollars. No, $20 trillion.
Right. They said, but they said that the job reports were bad because the Democrats had to shut down. That's why they did it. They blamed it on the Democrats. Democrats did this crap, so we could anything Trump did, it didn't do any problem at all. The tariffs wasn't the reason why. Nothing.
He said he brought trillions of dollars from tariffs.
But the man says that he bringing out all this money, so I don't know what we're gonna do here. I have no idea, Ted, how we gonna, man. We gonna have some. Ooh, we got all that money flowing in this country.
Yeah, we should have about $8 trillion in revenue.
Oh man, that's gonna
At
that
least
national
8 trillion.
they gonna pay down on that national debt, and we gonna be sitting up in here in the land of milk and honey.
Milk and honey. He said this is the golden age here.
Is that gold?
He got gold all over the White House.
That gold everywhere, everywhere. And Trump said the architect told him that we didn't need the building that big that he tore down, so he fired him and said, "I'm gonna find me somebody who's gonna do what I tell them to do." And then they done named a goddamn building after him.
They snatched the name off of
Donald, the
some other
Donald Trump Peace Building, Peace
institute.
Institution or something.
Donald Trump Peace Institute.
Yes, sir. That's what it is. It's a peace institution, and he gonna bring those two folks from the Congo over here, so he can sign a peace agreement.
Oh, one of those shithole countries.
Yeah, and one of them shithole countries, and they coming over. Then you go have a peace society right there, that bill. So I guess that threat that he gave Zelensky over there in Ukraine must not have worked very well because today Thursday, and he told him Thursday he better have it done. He gonna do something to her. So Ukraine ain't signed nothing, so and Russia ain't signed nothing, so I don't
Well, those
know.
Ukrainians, the one thing you got to give them, they're some tough characters, bro.
They got to be, man, because they fighting a whole country 3 times as big as they are,
They're some
and
tough characters, man.
and they're holding on. They're holding on. And they already told Trump. I
They didn't
guess
they didn't put down their weapons like those
oh
Afghanis.
no. This can say he can't do that. He can't give up all them weapons. He can't give Russia all them weapons, and then let Trump get $100 billion and stuff out of that slush fund they got out there that they took from Russia. No. Trump said he wanted $100 billion out of that slush money. And now he does. I guess it's just for the third time now. He said that he's giving up on the peace agreement over there for Israel and Gaza. Said there ain't no more peace. Trying to get no peace over there either. He done sent his son-in-law over there. He done sent everybody over there, so they can't get nothing done.
So they didn't get Russia done, Ukraine, and they didn't get Gaza and Israel.
He get Gaza nothing, but he still saw 8 wars in 12 months, in 11 months. He done solved 8 wars. He done get 8 wars solved, 8 peace agreements.
Well, these two countries, whatever their beef is, and I have no idea because I haven't been keeping up with it. But the point is that they placating. They
I don't
think they
know,
might
man.
get something out of it.
I don't know. We got a mastermind up there in the White House, buddy, and we don't know what to do with him, man. We just don't know what to do with him. He is so tough, and anybody that can stop a hurricane got to be a bad son of a gun.
He stopped the
Christy
hurricane.
Nome, Christy Nome said the hurricanes didn't come because Trump told them not to come. He said Trump told them not to come, so that's why they didn't come because of Trump. She got it in the cabinet that told him that. Yeah,
She said that out loud.
she said it out loud in the cabinet meeting. Said, she's so proud of him because he was waiting for Trump. They would have had a hurricane. We ain't had no hurricanes to come here. Trump was the reason why he done stopped them. Why? And then once he told that lie, he fell asleep.
Hey, she must not know they got a blizzard up in the north.
That don't matter. That don't matter. She says he stopped the hurricane.
People freezing, cars wrecked.
Man,
He stopped the hurricane.
yeah, he had to wake him up. Hey, Trump, get up, wake up. Oh my goodness. But they said, Fox said that he was taking a power nap. He's such a bad son of God that he just every now and then he got to get a power nap. And Laura Ingham said, "Should I'll take nap too in the daytime, so ain't nothing wrong with that."
No, these people, they're a mess, bro.
They're a mess, man.
I see your
Yeah.
girl Megan Kelly apologize for what she said. So,
Man, these people are a mess. I don't know what to say about them. They are too much. And now, I think the New York Times or somebody is suing the Defense Department because remember, the Defense
oh, I
Department
just
threw
read that
all them
story.
people
I
out.
just read that story. Who was that?
So
That was doing that?
the New York Times said we're gonna sue them because they shouldn't have been for freedom of the press.
Yeah, that was the New York Times that's suing him. And Costco is suing Trump.
Well, uh,
For the tariff.
they,
They want their money.
they want their money back. They said we want our money back since it ain't no tax or anything. We want our money back. Give us our money back. Yeah, we got to sue them. Man, we got people. We just got to laugh because this crap, man, is unbelievable what they doing.
Well, we got
It's
people.
unbelievable.
We got
This is
people
the
because
Cats and Jabba Kids.
yeah,
The cartoon, the Cats and Jabba Kids. That's what we got. Because this stuff, it ain't even real.
we got so-called Caucasian people think they can go into another country and just take it over by themselves.
Yep, he messed around there. He done lost Greenland. He can't get their precious metals. He was trying to get Zelensky to give up his, but Zelensky, I guess, he keeps trying to give it away, but Trump don't want it, I guess. So I don't
Too much
know.
investment you got to put into it.
Yeah, man, hey. And then they need some cash here because we going broke. And they called the Saudis over and asked them for some money. So the Saudis said they give him $1 billion. 1 trillion, he said. I'm sorry. He said 600 billion. But then MBS said, no, Trump, it's a trillion. He said, oh, yeah, it's a trillion. Tapped him on the leg. So the Saudi just come over here and throw out a number. Yeah, he throw out a number. And, and he leave. And we ain't got a dime.
Well, some time ago, we did a little calculations on the vanishing of the white race, the Caucasian race, because you got Europeans and then you got the Americans, and they dying out, bro. Because you got 1.5 trillion over in China, you got another 1.5 or almost that in India. Then you got another trillion over in Africa. So the only thing that they can control or try to think they control is America. And so he yelled out, Somalia, they trash.
Yep, well,
They trash. They all need to leave.
yep,
And and all of his cabinet meetings started applauding.
and the news people went over there and asked Somalia, what do you all think about Trump calling y'all trash, garbage? And the man said, ain't no even sense in us even answering that question. It said, it don't make any sense even answering that question. And you
But
kept on
Ed,
going.
they was doing press releases, Somalians in Minnesota, saying they
Right.
supported Trump.
But hold it now. He was getting ready to send his ICE people up there, but all of a sudden they told him that, well, we can't go up there because it's too cold. He said, the ICE people might catch cold and snow. They might not get through the snow. So
Yeah,
we
you
can't
can't
send,
go. Hey, you gotta be a
nobody
special
up there.
person to live in Minnesota, bro.
Yeah, they say you can't go to Minnesota, so too much snow up there.
Hey, you gotta be a special person to be in
So,
Minnesota.
so they said, well, since we can't go up there, they get ready to head to New Orleans. They just said, we going to New Orleans then. He went wrong. We can catch us something down there.
Well, this is out of our purview, but I'm gonna talk about it because you know, 50 Cent did a documentary, and it's all on Netflix. I ain't saw it. I won't watch it. But that damn 50 Cent, he said they probably gave him $10 million for that documentary.
You think so?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying $10 million to Netflix ain't shit. So, you know, he kicking a brother white down. I ain't calling P. Diddy no brother or nothing like that, but in the general sense, kicking the dude white down. P. Diddy has been wilding out for decades. And everybody knew that. But, you know, and he did what he did.
Mm-hmm.
But kick a guy down when he's down, I guess maybe 50 Cent decided he deserved it because he couldn't stand him or whatever the case may be. I think they got some kind of little feud or something. I think P. Diddy brought one of 50 Cent's women into his concubine. I don't know. All I'm saying is that it seems like any little thing that, and when I say little, it ain't little what P. Diddy did. I don't think what he did was all that, you know, elegant or first class. But let me tell you, bro, when you taking those kind of drugs and doing all that kind of stuff, it's a whole lot of parties like that all over the country. All over the country, these people are doing this stuff. All in California, everywhere. So, it's just that, it's just quiet. People don't talk about it. You ain't in those circles. But it's that kind of craziness been going on for decades. Decades.
Well,
Tom
Ted,
Cruise.
if you
Tom Cruise
notice,
showed us
if you
that.
notice, I believe that he was trying to take over for Epstein.
No, I don't believe that.
I believe he was. He was trying to take over for Epstein. He wanted to do the same thing Epstein was doing, trafficking women. That's what Epstein was doing, trafficking women.
I don't believe that, bro.
He was trying to take over for him. Yes, he was. He was bringing in all those folks and stuff. All the media people and stuff was in there with him. He wasn't the only one in there partying with them women. He wasn't. He had a bunch of them parties going on, and people was loving it. He making money off of it. They were loving it.
To each his own.
Now, I got a question for you. Why? I remember a couple of months ago, well, probably maybe 4 or 5 months ago, maybe 6 months ago, anytime China did something, Trump put a big ass tariff on them. I'm going to charge 100% tariff on you. Since that meeting that he had in ASEAN about a month and a half ago, and he supposedly had a deal and everything and stuff with them, Trump ain't said nothing about them, putting no tariff on them, nothing. They ain't gave you no money. They haven't given. They haven't bought a bean from those farmers. Not one bean have they bought. They haven't got any precious metals and stuff yet, and they haven't said a word about what China doing. He ain't said nothing about putting no more tariffs on them or nothing. Why do you think that he's not doing that? Well, before man, he was beating them up, buddy. He was beating them up. Yeah, but I got him over, beat him up. And now they sitting there lying. They got that agricultural secretary. Yep, they're gonna be turning in some big orders for some soybeans.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I'm thinking here is that first of all, with this deal with Brazil that they did,
Mm-hmm.
and
And Argentina,
I'm talking about China.
right? China bought some grain from Argentina also. They bought soybeans from Argentina also.
But mostly, we were doing heavily business, some business with Argentina, but we were doing a lot of different things with Brazil, and a lot of the Brazilians, work with, with the beef industry and those types of things. However, you know what China don't like, and I read a little something about it. It ain't haven't been really stirred up that much. They have commented on that Venezuela attack, and they sort of kind of thinking. I'm thinking that Trump wanted to get over there and start some mess with them, so China couldn't take over or try to intervene with Venezuela because China they want oil too, but China got money. China got ways to placate them, and he's running as a dictator or a socialist or whatever you want to call it, social economy or whatever you want to call it. However, they know that they don't have what it takes to really protect their country in any kind of way, not in no major way. So I'm thinking this is the quiet storm here. That's just my take. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying I've read some things and sort of kind of thinking that that's the quiet storm because China got their little submarines and all that, and they making sure that what these carriers are doing, and that's over there, and they don't like it. So we'll see, and that could be a big deal. It could be a conflict.
With Donald Trump is not bothering them because of one thing, and that's our debt. China got money, they got cash, and they trying to get them to buy some more of our debt, and China's not doing it. Scott Bessent has been begging them to buy some more of our debt, and they told him no. They done sold off almost half of their bonds and stuff that the U.S. bonds. They've sold them all off. Japan's selling their bonds off, but Japan can't do anything now because they're in financial trouble also. And China is the only one that can save them right now. The Saudis don't have enough money to save them. They're looking for China to get that cash, and that's why Donald is not bothering him. And one other thing, Trump owns how much of Nvidia?
15%.
He got some. He got a percentage of. It. You know how much he got. He's supposed to own a percentage of their company. United States or Trump owned said they didn't bought part of their company.
No, I
Well,
think that was Intel.
no, that was Nvidia. Oh, it might be Intel. Yeah, it might have been Intel. that he did bought. He bought. I know he bought somebody's chip stocks. Anyway, China has stopped. They have offered China to buy those chips and everything, and China said they're not buying any video chips. The guy, Jen, or whatever his name is, he came on one of those financial outlets and everything and told him that if China doesn't buy any of their chips and everything, they're going to lose almost $1 trillion in market share. And China said they're not buying any of their chips.
Well, we don't pretty much care.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Oh, yes, they do.
They make enough money from these American corporations.
No, they're not. They done borrowed that money. That money that they done gave to them, that money is borrowed money. And China is the
But
biggest
have you found out where they got the money from?
from these banks, from the U.S. banks, all these banks around here, the United
That's a
States
lot of
banks.
money.
It is. They got the money. Bank of America, Chase, all of them got money. They got trillions of dollars on hand. They done bought all that money from them. And some of these daggone financial companies and stuff around there. They done borrowed money from them to buy that stock. China is the biggest AI country in the world. They use AI more than any other country. They're using them to build their cars. They use them to inside of all of their manufacturing factory. They use them and stuff and everything to build these robots. They're using them and stuff and everything to help them go out there and build their roads. They're using them to keep their trains and all this stuff online. They are the biggest user
Well,
of artificial intelligence.
we have talked about this a number of times, and the thing is that we already know that they got 3 times as many engineers than we have.
I'm talking about artificial intelligence now, not the
Well, what
engineers.
I'm saying is that what I'm saying is you're saying artificial intelligence, but
Mhm.
what I'm saying is that these people, you know, it, engineers are all kinds of engineers. Software engineers. You got people that do that knows how to code, all those types of things, and we're not utilizing our people. We're not utilizing all our people. There's a lot of engineers that's out of the business because they were certain types of engineers, but they are capable of learning all kinds of different types of mechanisms and that kind of thing. But the point is that these engineers are not going to be working for no $85,000 or $100,000. They want $200,000-$300,000 a year or more. Over there in China, they ain't getting nowhere close to that. They're like slave laborers over there, bro.
What they got to do with artificial intelligence?
It's got a lot to do with it because they got people that work. And these
But
ain't
this,
no little people coming off the street working in artificial intelligence. Those are smart people. These are people because this stuff has to be put together and know what they're doing. And we have the people, but he don't. They don't want to. They don't want to drudge it up. They don't want to talk about it. And this is what's going on right now. We got the intelligence. We got the people.
but what does that have to do with them being the biggest artificial intelligence
What I'm
country
trying to
in
tell
the
you
world?
is the reason why we are what we are is because they do not have a vision. All all they're about is making a profit. Each one of these corporations, they're competing against each other, and then they're trying to outplay each other. And they're constantly battling with each other to see who can be number one. And then they're not really bringing this country to another level. China is in control. That Republic, China, is in control of these people. And they telling them, hey, this is what we got to do. This is what we're going to do. And here we are trying to. I hear these Congress people begging. Well, we need to do this. We need to set up workshops, or we need to have these young people get into AI, and we need this, and we need that, and we need to do this. You know, hell, we've been knowing this stuff. Man, they've been talking about AI for years, decades, but the last 10 or 15 years, it's been on the block. But they didn't prepare for it. They had all kind of interviews, bringing people in there. We had the father of AI going to the White House with Henry Kissinger, and they still didn't move on it. This is politics, bro.
I'm
This
still trying to figure out what does that have
I
to
just
do.
explained it to you. If you don't understand it, it's too damn bad. I ain't explaining
No,
no
I'm asking a question.
more.
What does that have to do with
they,
the chip- with
I
with
just
the?
told you, China. They got plans, bro. They got a vision.
We understand that, but what does that have to do with them buying our chips?
I don't know what you're talking about. Now you're talking about buying chips. What are you talking about?
No, that's what we started out with. I said China is not buying our chips
They
that
don't
they
have to
need
buy
to
their
run
chips, bro.
artificial intelligence.
They don't have to buy their chips.
Yes, they do. If they wanted to, they could, because we make the better chip. Our chips are faster than what China and stuff has. But China has decided that they're not going to buy our chips because they want to break.
Why should they support?
Well, they want to break these companies and the United States because we've invested in them.
Well, as far as artificial intelligence and other things that China is so far advanced in us because they get on one accord because they are one nation, and basically, they don't, they have, really one race of people, basically one language, all of that, so they can do that kind of thing. However, they still got over 700, 800 million people that's living off of $2 a day.
And they okay with that.
See, and in our country, here we are, we're talking out of 350 million people, we're talking, what, 75 million people. Our population is nowhere near China's.
I understand.
So the only reason why we were, in my opinion, the only reason why we were so far ahead of China is because China was in the dark ages, and then they woke up and said, "We got to do better. We got to start educating our people."
Well, they done went way past them dark ages. They've
It wasn't
gone
that long
way,
ago they was in the dark ages, bro. We talking 40
but
years
but
ago.
they've gone way past them dark ages and stuff now.
Yeah,
Way
we just
past that.
opened our doors to them too. They just came over here and copied everything.
Well, they're not copying anymore. They're not copying anymore. They're not doing it. They are the biggest.
When you say when you say they're not copying, think about this here. Think about this. There are different periods in the United States, different things that we have created, invented. What's the new thing now? Besides AI, what's the new thing right now?
I don't understand what you mean talking about.
Okay, I'm gonna say it again. Through the decades, we have invented and monetized hundreds of inventions and modernization of this country. And then we monetized it, and a lot of things we sold off to other people, other countries to utilize that. And now what is the new thing now? What is the new thing now?
The only new thing now is artificial intelligence, as far as I'm concerned.
That ain't new.
Well, that's a new as
We
far as
just didn't progress it, but it ain't new. But what I'm saying is, what is the new thing now?
artificial intelligence.
No, it's not. It's not new. What is the new thing?
Artificial intelligence.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because
Artificial
America, the only thing
intelligence.
they're trying to do is figure out a way how can they monetize it. And the only thing is you got to have consumers to purchase. So what is the new thing now that America is trying to generate?
They trying to get out of debt.
Bullshit. They ain't trying to get out of no damn debt, bro.
Yes, they are. They trying to get out of debt. We're trying to get out of debt, and we don't even have time to even do anything at all. We're looking at a infrastructure and stuff that is absolutely horrible.
I'm
We
just
can't.
trying to
We
see. The
can't.
thing
We
is
can't.
that
We can't build anything at all. Nothing. And we're sitting there telling China not to bring the electric cars over here. You can't bring BYD is not allowed to bring any electric cars in this country.
well, we make electric cars.
Huh?
We make electric cars.
Not like they do, and not like BYD does.
Well, do China allow us to bring our cars over there?
Oh yeah, you can bring them over there, but ain't anybody gonna buy them.
Why not? You trying to tell me nobody want no Chevy or nobody
Oh no,
wants a
no,
Buick?
they don't want them anymore.
The whole struggle, and this is just my opinion, the whole struggle of America is that they big deal. The reason why America, a lot of those corporations went over in China is because they wanted that market share.
But they're not getting it. They
No,
put them out.
because the prime minister, the king, or whatever you want to call him, the president, the thing is that he has a system,
Right,
enterprise system.
right,
You can't do business unless you do business with us.
right. Nothing wrong
So
with that.
therefore, so therefore, and then you have to sign a contract and all of that, whatever that is entails. So the bottom line is that they thought, American corporations thought that they can put their little countries overseas and make a whole lot of money, and they found out that China ain't having it.
They ain't having it. I don't
Because
blame them.
we're not going to let your American, they don't even allow, I don't even believe, some TV, but they don't allow a whole lot of stuff that the way our lifestyle.
Well, most of our TVs don't. We don't make any TVs here. Most of our TVs come from South Korea or Vietnam or
No,
the
I'm talking about
Philippines.
programs, or I'm talking about the programs and stuff like that, shows and all that. They have to go undercover to watch those American shows.
Oh yeah, well that's the media now. They beating them out.
So,
Media, yes, they don't care about media. All they care about is manufacturing.
well, see, the whole point is that America is very influential all over the world, and a lot of things that we do is based on our programming. And influencing people on different lifestyles because we have so many different lifestyles here and fashion and that kind of thing. China, they don't, they're not as big time on all that, which is part of our economic system as far as fashion goes. But then we don't even make our own damn clothes here. So, designers make some up and then they ship it overseas and then they get mass production.
Right. They let China make it for 'em.
China or Indonesia or somewhere else.
Vietnam.
So the point is that what this country is all about is making the bottom line a profit for their shareholders and making money for themselves. And so therefore, as far as talking about patriots, these people don't give a shit about patriotism. That's bullshit. About the American people. They don't give a shit about the American people. Because they did, they wouldn't be having 70%, 70 million people off of health care or more. They wouldn't be arguing about health care if they cared about the American people. They wouldn't have we got less than they got 3 times as many people or 4 times as many people in their country, and we got the same amount of people that's in prison in China.
Yep.
So that tells you something.
Well, that tells you they got a better mousetrap.
Yeah, because your ass can't do nothing.
They got a better mouse. They got a better
And that's what
mousetrap.
they're trying to do here.
Right. They got a better mousetrap. So
That's the
you
one
can't.
thing that
They
America's
got.
trying
They
to do
got.
here.
They got cameras everywhere, and they don't watch their people. They got facial recognition all over the place. You can't even get on a train unless they see your face. They got to know who riding their damn trains. You walk into that thing to get on a public train.
And your ass better not do anything.
You better put your ID in there, or you can't get in there.
Let you mess around with something that you do to somebody. They got your ass in a hot minute.
They got you, and they ain't playing. You commit a crime, you might die, and they know it. You might die. There might be a crime punishable by death, and they ain't playing. They ain't gonna leave you in the jail for no 10 years and let you appeal your cases and shit and all that. If the judge say you guilty and shit, they gonna shoot your ass or kill you in a few days after your court trial, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing. Not a word. That's how they are. Ain't no fucking appeal.
Well,
you can't appeal nothing.
Here's the thing that I would love to find out, and there have been stories on it, but they got a number of. They probably have about pretty close to 100 to 150 million people that's on that yak or that whatever heron shit. They love their heron and all that stuff, but see, they know how to function. Millions and millions of those people are on drugs. Millions of them.
They like it. They do it every day. They get their pipes out, and
as long as they behave themselves,
that's it.
And they're not doing anything miraculous, but they make sure that they be able to get their yak.
That's it. And you see them all the time smoking that shit.
Yeah. And and they don't put them in jail. As long as they don't put them in jail.
Nope. As long as you ain't doing nothing wrong, they won't put you in jail. You can smoke all the shit you want to smoke.
Yeah. Overdose, whatever, boom. Pick you up, drop you in the hole.
You out there working and everything, and you get a break and stuff and everything. You go over there and sit down. They got them big old pipes and stuff. Yep. Okay. You get off a break, go right back to work. And as long as you go out there and work and function, they don't care.
There you go. They got a system, bro. They got a system.
But most people might look at that as being awful, but I look at it and stuff and saying, hey, if they're able to function, let them do it. In this country, it's a different way. You out there, you smoking that stuff and everything, somebody catching you stuff, you going to jail. They don't care if you ain't doing nothing at all or whatever. You can be sitting at your house smoking that stuff and you can be arrested.
Yeah.
You ain't bothering nobody.
No. Sitting in your car, minding your business, all that.
As long as you're okay.
That's the difference. Now I heard somebody say this and they brought it up and the conversation wasn't about, you know how they do it in C-SPAN. The thing is that this guy said, do we want a country where everybody can just use drugs and this and that but Ed, they sitting up there, they done killed almost 100 people. The cessation of drugs is unmeasurable in this country. It is unmeasurable, bro. We don't know how many people walking around high. And now, they have partially legal marijuana, and then they tell us that they lacing that shit with fentanyl.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So now what does that do? Marijuana is not addictive.
That shit will kill you.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that stuff will kill you.
But then still.
But Ted, if they take just enough so it don't kill them.
Yeah.
So because they love the high.
Yeah. So and I ain't knocking nobody for one they little joy, if that's what it is for them, joy. But the point is that they realized because of that crack epidemic, and the cocaine epidemic, they can't put everybody in jail. You can't put your citizenry in jail. They tried, but it don't work.
But you might be missing a small point and stuff there too.
Okay,
Ted.
what am I missing?
That how many people they got in jail already?
2 million.
Okay.
Well, prison they got over 2 million, and in jail they got over 600,000.
Okay, so you talking behind the bars? You talking what? 2.6 million people.
Yeah.
Okay. So if they tried to lock everybody up, they wouldn't have no space for them. They already overcrowded now. They can't
That's
build
why they
these
building
prisons
more
fast
prisons,
enough.
bro. They
can't build them fast enough.
And they for profit.
Right. You can't build them fast enough. Plus now they're in competition. They got competition now for the jail space. They got to get the immigrants in there now.
Well, see, the thing is, according to our laws, that once you in prison, you done lost all your rights.
If you're a felon.
Yeah, once you're in prison.
No, if you commit a misdemeanor, you don't.
That's jail. That's jail. When you're a felon and you're in prison, you already a felon.
Right. No, not necessarily.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, not necessarily. You
I
can
thought
be
if
in
you
there
go to prison, then you automatically a felon.
No, not automatically.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you lost all your rights once you go to prison.
No, not necessarily.
Like if you rob a bank, that's a felon, right?
That's a felon. That's a felony. Yeah.
Well, so like why would a person go to prison if he just stole a candy bar?
It all depends and stuff on what they got. They can put them in prison and stuff because the jail might be overcrowded and they send them in prison. I see them do it. Really? Right here in Cobb County. Yeah.
Wow.
Jail's overcrowded. Cobb County
and
overcrowded.
They're just saying he got a misdemeanor in prison.
Right. They send their butt down there and say, hey, we send them down there for 6 months or 8 months.
Damn.
Go send them to prison.
Hardcore prison with prisoners.
That's it.
With
down there with the
prisoners.
Down there in Waycross, Georgia.
That is crazy, man. That is insane. That is so. Somebody. I'm hungry. I ain't got nothing to eat, and they steal a candy bar, and they get caught, and they call the police. That's
If the
BS.
if the jail is overcrowded and they want to, they will send them down to prison.
I know. But get this, man.
Even
You
if
get
they
caught.
only got that they may only give them 9 months. They say you got 9 months, the jail's overcrowded, judge and gave them their penalty and shit, and they will ship them down there for those 9 months to prison.
That's some cold shit there.
Hey, we take it right here in Georgia. That's what they do. I've seen them do it. I've seen people that they have done it to. They didn't have a felony on them. They sent them down to prison.
Mm-mm-mm.
I know of two people that I know of that personally that they did that to. Because I thought they were going to be sitting in prison and stuff. That way I can go visit, but they didn't. They
You mean jail?
sent them down to prison. Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. That's why I say this country is so backwards.
They
You
don't
know,
consider it backwards. They figure once you get into that prison system, they can do whatever they want to do to
well,
you.
what they consider and what it is two different things. I'm just saying. The point is, I mean, when you commit what they call break window crimes, little petty crimes and stuff like that.
A
Some
misdemeanor.
people, might be a little bit of fight, and then they cool them off for 2 3 days, and then they let them go with on their own concomitants and all that stuff. But the point is, because things happen, somebody, whatever, somebody get mad and throw a brick at somebody and break a window, and they call the police and put them in jail and tell them to pay
Mm-hmm.
for the damages, and you're on your way.
Right.
So, but the point is, what I'm saying is the system is backwards because you're going to always have those types of little bitty skirmishes. But when people do major crimes, those are the prisoners, those are the people, and then some of those people are not even violent crimes that they do, but they are felons.
Yep.
But now you got China over here, millions and millions of people that's using their little yacht. They just laying around, and like you say, they got functions. They can live off of $2 3, and they might work here and there and all that, and people leave them alone. But the one thing that I don't like about America is that you know, to me, it's not fair that this country is so well off that we have over a million point 5 million people homeless. That's what I don't like.
Well, I think that number is short to it. I think there's a lot more than that that's homeless. We got a lot more than that that's homeless.
I really don't like that because that is not right.
Yeah.
Because it's too many things that they have wasted billions and billions, I dare say trillions of dollars, and not accommodating people and helping people live a good life. And you know, but like I said, we don't have a vision, bro. People, we got these Congress people, they talk a good talk, but they don't never do shit. They don't never do nothing. And when I say no do nothing, I'll take that back. It's not that they don't do nothing. They don't do anything to really stop it. Now, President Obama, he cut the veterans' homelessness in half. President Obama, he cut the high school rate of dropouts in half. President Obama, more college graduates ever. And I can go on and on.
But you have to understand, Ted, that that's not the priorities and stuff of this administration. What did the man say when he came in? These are my priorities. Cut out the Department of Education. Cut out people off of public service. Cut as many people as you can off public service, and give all the billionaires a tax break. Those were his priorities. That's what he said. His priority. He wouldn't. He
Well,
didn't say. He didn't say we're going to build some more. We're going to build new roads and bridges and stuff because infrastructure is falling apart. We're going to build more high-speed rails and stuff here, so our people can travel around this country and stuff and everything on nice, comfortable stuff. He didn't say that. He didn't say that he was going to go out there and upgrade it and stuff. All of our
wait a
governmental.
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me that he didn't promise anybody anything?
Well, the billionaires he did.
Well, that was a tax cut, but he didn't. He didn't promise American people anything.
Oh, he promised he was gonna lower the he was gonna lower the prices. He was gonna lower the price of food.
Did that
And
happen?
hell no. But he got an excuse. He got an excuse why it didn't. Because remember that people were beating him over the head because the egg prices were too high. So the egg prices are too high. He told the farmers that he was going to help them and stuff and get them some to get their grain sold. He told the farmers that.
Did that happen, Ed?
Hell no, it didn't happen. But he still said he said, well, don't worry about it. We're gonna help you. We're gonna give you some money so you can get you through this. He gave him, I think the last man said they got something like $350 million. And the man said that wasn't crap. Said most of that money went to those corporate farms.
So he did give him some money.
The corporate farms he gave the money.
350 million.
Yeah.
Just gave it to him.
That's all they got. Yeah, they helped him through.
Because the first time I think it was like 22, 24 billion.
Right, he did the first time. But see, he hasn't got that money because he gave it to Venezuela.
Wait a minute, you told me they didn't get the money.
They didn't get the money, but he told them they gave it to him, but they didn't get the money because Bessie couldn't get the private folks and stuff to come in there. You were gonna give them the money, but he had the private people to come out there to tell them to get that money to them, and the government was gonna back that money up if Venezuela didn't pay him back. And those big old folks said we ain't giving them nothing because we don't believe y'all gonna pay us back.
Well, people, and I'm going to say it, and I'm going to try to say it every show. This is what you get when you don't vote.
That's it. When you don't vote, that's what you get.
The man that Tennessee just put
and the last
in
time I
office.
talked to you, Ted, remember I said, what is wrong with them people up there in the 7th congressional district? They done put that man in office. They voted for him and put him in office because they must like getting screwed.
And what is the first thing he said? He said, running from Trump is not good. You run to Trump. And that's what he did. And he got elected. He only won by 9 points.
But he won.
But he won. That's
but
all that matters. Whether it's 1 point or 100 points.
All those people who voted for him, there's something wrong with it. You gonna vote, cut off your face. That man ain't did nothing for you. But Daddy Trump says everything is all right. Just follow me. And we'll keep because we need him to keep my policies going so we can screw y'all some more. Final word, Ted.
I just want to put it like this. And this is nothing, I'm not knocking this person. She's kind of cute, kind of smart. But who made AOC the leader?
Who made her a leader?
Yeah.
She made herself a leader.
She jumps in on the viral conversation, and she talked for about 30 minutes. And now people saying, How come they let AOC be on the viral? Did nobody want to see her? Because the lady speaks differently than AOC. And AOC put herself on that viral. And it was a couple of other so-called leftists, or whatever you want to call them, or progressives, or whatever. I
Right.
don't know. But the point is that they should have had a moderate Democrat, and you know, and I ain't into all of that little political sway, but someone who was thinking like her in her district, because there's all kind of different kinds of Democrats. That's just my opinion, you know. This, and I'm sure they might have had that, but the point is, you got to stay in your lane. You know, everybody already know that she is what she is. She leans more towards socialism. She was bragging about what they did up in New York.
Right.
Hell, you can't talk that shit in Tennessee. Well, people ain't falling for that.
I think I'd rather fall for that than I would be somebody who stabbed me in the damn back.
Well, we
Yeah,
ain't talking about you think.
yeah.
I'm talking about what these people, the type of people that lives in Tennessee. And we know that they're more, whatever. I don't know. I can't even, you know, I'm not going to even describe them, because that lady got a whole lot of votes. A whole lot of votes.
And I'm saying that all them people who voted for that man got to be the ignorant folk in the world. It got to be the most
Whatever.
ignorant folks in the world. And that's why
God
they
bless
lost.
them. That's all I got to say. God bless them.
That's why they lost the Civil War. I'm just kidding, people. I'm just kidding you. Thank you all for watching the show. Please keep on watching. Tell your friends and everything. We are sitting here, me and Ted. We doing our thing, and hope you guys will get some more people to come out there and subscribe to our channel. Now, you all have pushed Fair and Balanced up to he over 1 million people. Brian T. Cohan and stuff and everything. He's got almost 4 million people. Ben Masalis and stuff and everything. He's got the Midas Touch. He's about reached 6 million subscribers and stuff. I know we can reach some. And Reese Waters, my boy, he ran over 600,000
You got
subscribers.
600? Okay,
Yes,
my
sir.
girl Tabitha got, she's reaching 500,000.
Oh, okay. Well, I know
But
Reese
Tabitha,
celebrated 600,000, I think, last month.
and Reese only been on the air for like only 2 years, I guess, or maybe 3.
Yeah. Well, he's got those 600,000 people there. Old Reese. He's all right though. That rascal is something else. I really like him.
Well, you know he's a comedian, right?
I know. He used to be. He making his money and not doing something else. Now he's got a production crew and everything down there. Those people work for him. I mean, work hard. They're working hard for their money. Anyway, folks, all the independent people out there who put these podcasts on, you guys need to go out there and watch them, because hey, you're not going to get that news from CNN. You ain't going to get it from ABC, NBC, and especially Fox. What did they call Ben Marsalis called the state regime news people? See you guys tomorrow. Bye.